in being able to express like our work in the communities, like if you had to draw similarities between, and you've been to South Africa, so if you've had to draw in similarities between poverty in Africa and poverty in Chicago, what would you say it is?
Wow. I would say one, that it's systemic, right? I would say that in both cases, it is systems, some working exactly as they're designed to work, others failing the people in various ways, failing to provide resources, failing to provide opportunities, failing to provide living conditions, failing to provide basic human rights. It's an institutional problem that allows different people across different generations to come into different positions.
Just kick the shit out of my laptop. My bad, pimpin'.
Bro, you said, yeah, that's right, nigga. That nigga preaching. Any of y'all niggas out there catch the Holy Ghost while niggas is talking to you. Stand up, shout,
Kick your laptop over if you want.
Do what you gotta do, nigga. We gonna get to it in this month. But yes, man, I would say that the poverty that I've seen in those places is institutional, it is systemic, and it is disproportionately aimed like a weapon at Black bodies.
Give examples of the systemic nature in the systemic similarities.
Yeah, I would just say access is one, right? Access to a variety of things, access to education, access to tools, whether that's internet, whether that's
transportation.
Books, yes, exactly. The every little thing that we take for granted as we move up the economic ladder and get more comforts, right? People are fighting for and trying to figure out every day, right? So in trying to pull people out of that and trying to change that, right? You have to understand that poverty in these spaces, right, is whatever you're going to ask them to do, whatever you're going to ask poor people to do to fix the problem themselves, realize that they are spending energy figuring out things that you take for granted every day. That's the type of shit that I see in both of those spaces. But I also see a beautiful, amazing, astounding, astonishing, awe-inspiring resilience. You know what I mean?
And sense of community.
Yes. Yeah,
and sense of community.
I see love. I see, connections between people, between members of the community that pass the bonds of family, that speak to having been through something awful, but also speaks to having cultivated something even greater inside, right? And you see me do that, bro. Like that's like.
I saw what you did that because you're talking about Africa, so you had to. I see what you did.
And Chadwick is on the mind. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Yeah. Nah, G, that's real, bro. That's real. And like, the funny thing is that you can the similarities between people in different hoods is so similar. Like that's why you can leave Southside Chicago and come to Soweto and like immediately assimilate. You know, like just assimilate to it because the heart and the energy and the spirit of people is very relatable and it's very natural and it almost is a
just a sec
to who people are at their core. Listen to Siri jumping in. Hold on, let me write these notes down. It's also who people are at their core when faced with similar adversity and are stripped from the access and luxuries that distract us, is that we really are a loving, communal people.
Yeah, and I think, speaking directly to that love, right? I think a big part of why I want this podcast to be so community oriented, right? So like for real, y'all, like whoever is listening, like put in comments, tell us if you like it, if you hate it, put in the link.
We're gonna read them.
Yeah, put in the link to whatever you got going on, your project, your job, whatever it is. Like this, I want this to have a sense of community And I want this to be built around community because